for watching Nerd TV. I'm your host Selma on Let's Talk. Today I wanted to have a short, informative segment for you guys, talking about some of the opportunities that are open to you in the communication field. Last episode we had a guest with us and we discussed some of the new forms of communication. So today I wanted to touch up on those and go over the ways that those could benefit you in the future. The ways that those could actually land you jobs that didn't exist in the past. We'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. So, like I said before, I'm a communications major at ODU. When I jumped into my major, I didn't know much about it. Nobody really explained to me the job fields that are open to you or the opportunities that being a communication major offers. I kind of just got lucky. But in truth, communication is the fastest growing field out there. There are always job opportunities, and believe it or not, as technologies progress, the job opportunities progress. Some people believe, for some odd reason, that we're being pushed out by the robots. This is not the case. Actually, if you go on any website now, almost any website, I won't say all, if you go on any website, any customer service, the majority of them will have a human that you can talk to. One of my favorites is Groupon. Groupon is one of those apps that's growing really fast. People love to use it. You get discounted stuff. It's really cool. I like it, obviously. Anyway, one of my favorite things about Groupon is if you ever have an issue and you have to call customer service, they make you hit two buttons. The first button is where you're geared to. The second button, I think, actually just focuses a little bit more on where you're geared to. And the funny thing is, when they answer the phone, they'll tell you, "We promise we'll connect you to a human." What does this say to us? This says that the concept of talking to machines is making people mad. And I think we all know that. We've all had to call a customer service and ended up talking to a computer, didn't get what we want, we didn't get the service that we want, and no problem was solved. So believe it or not, more so nowadays, companies are looking for people to talk to other people because it's easier when you communicate human to human. Before I dive into that, I wanted to talk about social media. So last week we had Latif. We discussed a little bit of social media. We talked about some of the pros and some of the cons of social media. One of the major pros of social media is the job opportunities that it's opening up. All forms of social media. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, pretty much everything. LinkedIn, whatever you want to call it. There are all types of social medias that are offering jobs. Almost every company needs all these forms of social media because this is how they advertise, this is how they market, and they need people to manage these accounts. And it's not just one person managing an account, it's multiple people managing an account. And we should also briefly discuss a little bit of the difference between advertising and marketing. Advertising is a little bit more in your face. This is when I show you a poster that pretty much tells you buy this product. Whereas marketing is a little bit more of me telling you about this product and say, hey, call me about this product. So you're coming to me rather than me pushing it upon you. Or those commercials that we often see for pharmaceutical products where it says, ask your doctor about blah, blah, blah. So it's up to you to go and ask your doctor, and it's up to you to call, and it's up to you to go and find this product. So this is more of the pull method, whereas advertising is a little bit more of the push method. They push the product on you. And social media marketing actually includes both. So this form includes both of them, which means you're going to have the ads that pop up in your face and pretty much tell you to buy a product, but then you're also going to have the ads that pop up and they pretty much make you like watch a tutorial or something like that, where you're looking to them, where you're looking to call for a product, where you want more information about this product, maybe you do some research, and that's a little bit more of the marketing aspect of it. Or maybe they're just getting a name out there. They're not necessarily trying to get a product out there, but it's the name of a company, it's the name of an insurance company, it's the name of a watch company, whatever the case may be. It gets the name out there. So it's very important to know that all of these fields are open now. And your job essentially is to be on social media. It's to reach out to our generation. It's to reach out to the generations that are a little bit younger to us. It's to reach out to the generations that are on social medias. A really cool thing that some people tend to call creepy, but we talked about in one of my classes, is location-based advertising. Location-based advertising is where you go on Facebook, and let's say I live in Norfolk, Virginia, and I attend ODU. Facebook has this this information about me, correct? Obviously. So I log on to Facebook and it says, hey Selma, you should go eat at this restaurant that's right on the ODU campus. Why did it do that for me? That wasn't a coincidence. It knows where I am, it knows which schools I attend, and it knows what's convenient for me. So it's going to advertise what's convenient for me, which is really cool because if I happen to be walking down the street on campus, scrolling down my phone on Facebook, and I see, oh, this restaurant is just a minute away walking over there. I'll walk over there. Why not if I'm hungry? It makes sense. Location-based advertising makes things more convenient. People get a little freaked out because of the fact that Facebook knows where you are. But in reality, any internet site knows where you are. The internet in general knows where you are. Hate to break it to you, but that's the truth. So that's another form, is location-based. And that's not just on Facebook, that's on Twitter, Instagram, so on and so forth. Recently we're seeing on Instagram, when it first started, there weren't really advertisements. But now we're seeing these advertisements pop up on our Instagrams. Sometimes they're videos, sometimes they're pictures, sometimes they're just a name of a company, so on and so forth. And all of these, there are people behind them. All of these advertisements, they're us. Those people are newly graduates. They are high school students in some cases, because high school students know what they're looking for on social media. College students know what they're looking for on social media. And newly graduates still know what they're looking for on social media. So what are you going to do? You're going to give people what you would be looking for. So it makes sense, right? We'll be right back after this short break. Hey guys, welcome back. So we discussed some of the job offers that are offered through social media. Now I want to talk about some of the human-to-human communication that's offered in the communications field. Because believe it or not, we still need to talk to each other. Like I was saying before, we have to keep in mind that people like to talk to other people. If you're having an issue with your computer, you don't want to talk to a machine. You don't want the machine to walk you through it, because frankly, you can't really ask the machine questions. They're automated for you to be able to, but if you have the slightest accent, or if you pronunciate things differently than the machine is trained to understand, then it won't understand you, which is very, very problematic. So as customers, we like to talk to people. Customer service is talking to another human being, and that human being answering the questions that we have, right? Makes sense. So it's important to understand that some of the fields that are offered are not just in technology. Although, I'm going to go back to that. Human resources is a major job field, and they look for communications major, because what do? We talk to people. Human resources is strictly based on human interaction. It's based on what happens in your workplace. It's based on who gets hired, who gets fired, what goes on. All of that is people-to-people interactions. Human resources are the ones that schedule your interview, your face-to-face interview, not over-the-phone interview. They also do schedule the phone interview. But regardless, these are all forms of interactions, right? I wanted to also briefly discuss public relations. Public relations covers a vast majority of fields, and some people actually major in public relations. This doesn't mean that communications majors don't get hired in public relations jobs, because they do. I have friends that work in public relations, and they were communications majors. The moral of the story is being a communication major gives you a vast array of things that you can do. They're endless. There's always potential for a job because you can always learn. So long as you can talk to people, you can sell to people, you can keep people happy, you can fix problems, because This is what we are. We're human. We want interactions. We want problem solvers. And that's what you learn as a communication major, is how to talk to other people. And like I said before, we're human. We need to learn to be able to talk to other people. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. The third field I wanted to discuss is last but not least. This is the field that I'm in. This is relating to large masses of people rather than just talking to one person. It's media. Media controls the world. Really, think about it. What you see is what you get, and what you hear is what you get. So if there's a war going on the other side of the world, and no need to put that in a hypothetical question because we all know there's plenty of wars going on all around the world and revolutions and crazy stuff and people dying. Regardless, if you want to know what's going on over there, you're going to look to a social media. You're going to look to any form of news. You're going to look to TV. You're going to look to printed news. You're going to look to radio. Let's hope that social media is not your only form of news. So, yes, it's great to read an article off of Facebook that's made by CNN, for example. At least you know that that one's going to be backed. That one is going to have facts in it. Whereas I can go, and I'm some Joe Blow, I can go and I can write my own article about how in Australia they blow up kangaroos for fun. This doesn't have to be true. This doesn't have to be anywhere near true. But who's going to stop me? It's a social media. That's what we have to keep in mind, is that the media field is different. The media field is backed by facts. Of course, you have your shady yellow pages or your yellow journalists, so on and so forth. But in realism, what we hope to establish is a field that allows us to portray the truth. Whether we portray the truth through cameras, we portray them through a microphone on the radio, or through print on your newspaper or your journal or so on and so forth that you're reading, we hope to get what's going on in the world to you. And that's not just what's going on in the world violently through wars or politically or any of that. It's the medical advancements that are happening. It's the people that are being cured. It's the things in the world that are actually getting better. And how we can help. These things are important. These things are generally what balance the world. Because how are you going to fix the world or try to fix it or even want to fix it if you don't know what's going on in it? And that's what we do. We're media. We get the message across to you. Thank you guys for listening today, and thank you for seeing us, and thank you for watching Nerd TV. We'll see you back here